All right. I am here with Amanda Williams, Amanda the Traveling Realtor. Hi, Amanda.
Hello, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Doing great.
So today I wanted to talk about your journey over to eXp. So prior to being here, you actually were the owner of your own boutique firm and you decided to join eXp. Can you just tell us a little bit about what that was like for you and how you made your decision?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had only had my firm open for about 8 months
Oh,
before I found EXP, or should I say EXP found me.
okay.
Um, and it was just me. I opened it because I was flipping a lot of houses at the time. We had
Mhm.
long-term rental properties. I still had buyers and sellers. I wasn't selling a whole ton of, I was doing maybe 20, 25 deals a year. So
Mhm, mhm.
just me, myself, and I plugging away. And when I saw EXP, we were actually on track. We wanted 200 rental properties, long-term rental properties, because we
Yeah.
wanted passive income.
Mhm.
And so when I saw EXP, the first thing I really loved about it was the ability to build a passive income stream through allowing people to join my firm, which
Right.
I would not allow anyone to do because I didn't want to be held liable for their actions.
I think
Um,
that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize because we're dealing with a lot of people now that I coach and mentor agents, and they're like, should we start our own firm? Should we, build a team or whatever? And it's like, I mean, let me show you EXP because it's all of that without the liability, and it's difficult to explain.
Exactly. Oh yeah. It's like icing on the cake. I mean, you
Mhm.
get an entire business, everything. I mean, the
Right,
systems, the tools, you get to walk away from liability. You get so much, you get
right,
ownership. You get
right,
all of that in EXP. And I didn't have, yeah, I had ownership
right.
of my little LLC
Yeah,
that was only in Raleigh, North Carolina.
right.
And so that's honestly what I saw when I first came over, and I didn't really think a lot about the stock, to tell you the truth. It was $2.42.
Right. You
Uh,
didn't think about it until it was $115.
right,
Right.
right. But now I'm like, holy cow! Like the stock is huge.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I mean that's really the reason I came over. Thank God I did. I mean, fast forward, I have been with the company for 4 years, but we're at almost 200 agents in the organization and
Right.
literally like able to live wherever we want to live. So that's
Which is
nice.
awesome. Well, I think what a lot of people maybe don't, if you have a team, then you fully understand. It's like, okay, now you are responsible for coaching, training, mentoring those people, and then oftentimes they'll leave either because it makes sense for them to leave. Like it doesn't make sense for them to necessarily keep paying and being a part of your team because you're not providing as many resources as you did maybe when they didn't know, they were newer maybe. But at EXP, if you were to build that here, you could have them like on your team per se, or they could be on their own and you can coach and train them to do that, which it gives you a lot more flexibility as a leader and as a mentor.
You know what? You're right on. Something else that I love about this is we still do our coaching and training and everything. We have
Mhm,
about 3 calls a week with our group, right?
mhm.
But I can still plug all of those agents in
Right,
to EXP Corporate with all of the trainings and everything that EXP Corporate is offering.
right.
And that's something that you don't really have the ability to do if you own your independent firm. Like all of that is on you.
Right. And it takes away from your production. And even if you're with like a bigger firm, because we were with a bigger firm before we came to EXP and we had a much larger team, it's still like I still had to coach and train to our system. And they didn't have as much training as like, I mean, EXP has a ton of training, but even more importantly, their training is done by people like by people that are doing a lot of deals, not people that haven't been doing deals since the 80s or the 90s. It's like, I don't think that works anymore. Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I like about it too. What would you say, like, to people that are on the fence about EXP? Is there a specific type of agent or person that like this is definitely for? Like it's a no-brainer.
Well, anyone with the entrepreneurial spirit,
Mhm. For sure.
I mean, that's definitely a no-brainer. But I mean, I think it's for honestly, I do think it's for everyone who's selling houses.
Hmm. Yeah.
Anyone who's selling houses and has an influence on other people, it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you have a positive mindset, because we don't want anyone in that's negative.
No, definitely not.
I am pretty strict about that in my organization too. I'm like, look, we're building a really great culture,
Yeah.
and we have to protect that culture. We have to
Yes.
protect, the people that we're surrounding ourselves with. I'll tell you a little story. I did a call yesterday. We have a big brokerage here in Cabo,
Mhm.
and there's 25 agents who are going to be coming on with this brokerage. And I set up a call with another guy in our company that I actually just met. He was in Cabo with us, and then we met again in Scottsdale.
Mhm.
And I really loved John's story. And so, I said, I want to make this connection, because I think
Yeah.
this would just be a really cool connection for you guys. So I made the connection yesterday on a Zoom call. And the broker here in Cabo was just like, oh my gosh, like, are there other people like this in your company? Like,
You're like
that's
everyone.
so cool. And I'm like,
Yeah.
everyone's like that.
That is true, because we met, like you were doing, you were just like teaching a class with one of the groups that I was in. I was like, oh my God, she's awesome. And I just like messaged you and you got right back to me. I mean, literally every single person is like that. Because I know some people are like, well, I'm not sure about the culture because you're not going into an office. So like, what do you say to that?
I think we have a better culture than going into an office. I think we have more training than going into an office. In fact, I know we do.
Yeah.
And all of the ways that we help each other, I don't see
Mhm.
that in any other office environment. Because when you're in an office, when you're with a local firm in an office, you're
Mhm.
all you're all competitors. I mean, like it or not, you are, right? Y'all are
Right.
selling real estate in the same market.
Yeah.
And so with eXp, we all own the company. So we
Right.
all we're bought into a bigger vision.
Mhm.
Our retirement plan is,
It
really
exists. One.
stock. Our
Right.
stock is a large part of it.
Yes.
And so we want to do better as a company. And I
Mhm.
think, again, we're attracting the right people. We're attracting the people who have that giving mentality, that
Mhm.
positive mindset. And
Yeah.
whenever you're surrounding yourself with all of those people, I mean, that's really where you want to be in life, right?
Right. Right. Exactly. Because they're people that, yeah, will help you get outside of your comfort zone. They're people that are creative usually. They're very generous with their time and their ideas. Because I find that a lot of people, I mean, I'm in Ohio. We're really nice. You're from North Carolina. Like, we're really nice people, but it's still, you're only going to give so much because time is limited, right? But when you do own the company and they own the company, like, you want to give even more than that. There's something about it. I
Yeah.
agree with you. Yeah. Well, thank you for being on. If people want to learn more about eXp, or they want to learn more about you and what you're doing, you are teaching. I want to tell people about the class though, because you do have the passive life class, which what's the website address again for that?
Yeah, if you go to www.mypassivelife.com,
Mhm.
and then you do /video.
Cool.
So
That's a good class where you
backslash.
can learn, yeah, backslash or slash, whatever.
Backslash. Yeah, I'm in flipping mode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so that video is, I teach all about long-term rentals, short-term rentals, mid-term rentals, profit share, revenue share. If you're with a firm that's paying that, some of you are, some of you aren't yet.
Yeah.
And so it's a really good class. That's kind of an introductory class to passive income.
Yeah,
And
awesome.
if you're looking to learn more about, exactly what we're doing with the short-term rentals, the Airbnbs, how we're attracting relocation clients, all that stuff, then just reach out to me. I'm super easy to find. I'm Amanda the Traveling Realtor on everything. And so I'm always, happy to answer questions about that life and all that good stuff. And Jennifer's an amazing eXp agent as well. So we love to work together and help lift each other up, and all of you who are watching.
Exactly. Well, I really appreciate you being on, Amanda. Thank you so much. Have a
You're
good
very
day.
welcome. Thanks.